1st, 2009. God revealed himself to me, pursued my heart, and I gave my life to Christ. Growing up, I knew of God, considering my mother and father kept my brother and I in the church, around believers, taught us how to pray, read us Bible verses. So I had faith, and I believed that there was a God. However, never in my life, and especially in college, did my actions show that Christ was alive in me. I merely thought I knew who he was. The Bible says in Matthew 7, verse 21 through 23, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, 'Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons and perform many miracles?' Then I will tell them plainly, 'I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers.'" So as I began my college career, I began falling further and further behind in my walk, chasing parties, girls, money, and other sins became priorities opposed to Christ and him crucified. I was an evildoer. Ever since I can remember in college, Clint Darst and Turk, who were occasionally around the football team, asked me to come to Bible studies, youth conferences, just hang out with other Christians. But me being confined to sinning and running as far away from God as I could, ignored them. Here I was, claiming to be a Christian and still avoiding Christ every chance I could. Until this year, my junior year, when Clint asked me if I wanted to go to a legendary youth conference. After weeks of rejecting God and Clint's offer, as I sat there alone late one night finishing homework, this song by Alicia Keys. And I know that it was nothing but God telling me that he had a plan for my life, and that I was his child, and no longer did I have to run. I must have listened to this song about 10 times before I sent Clint a text at like 4 a.m. that morning saying, "Yo, I want to go." At conference, I'll never forget the ping pong that they handed out each and every one of us, which represented our lives. Once we felt ready, or better yet, once God called our names to give our lives to Christ, they offered us an opportunity to bring our ping pong balls up to the front to lay it down on the stage, symbolizing us laying our lives down for the Lord. The very first night, hundreds of college students laid their ping pong balls down on that stage. And I honestly considered it. I remember sitting maybe a foot away from where all these ping pong balls, having the opportunity to easily sit my ball on the stage, like everyone else. However, something inside me was screaming, "Tyler, do not put your ball down. Do not put your ball down until you are serious about walking with me. Don't just put your ball down because everyone else is doing it. Put your ball down or lay your life down because you believe in your heart that Jesus was crucified, died, and resurrected for our sins so that we may have a relationship with God." New Year's Eve, as I sat there praying with a group of guys, I began to confess my sins, acknowledge that Christ, without him, I was nothing, and that I do not deserve the grace that God shows us, but so thankful that he does. I prayed that God lead me to where he wanted me. I did not know where to start, how to start, or why I was even worthy of this grace. But no more would I run away from God, the same God that provided me with life. I knew that at the end of my life, I wanted to look God in his eyes and say, "I know you, but most importantly, you know me." 1 Corinthians 2:2. For I resolved to know nothing while I was with you, except Jesus Christ and Him crucified.